Whoa, episode 5 of The Last of Us Season 2 has dropped, and we are not okay. From the jaw dropping opening to that brutal final shot, all the feels. This episode had us on the edge of our seats. Today, we're diving headfirst into everything that made this episode unforgettable and everything that made us scream at our screens. We're talking sacrifices and whether they were worth it. We're breaking down Ellie and Dina's evolving relationship, the chilling face-off between Ellie and Nora, and the mysterious, terrifying code of the Seraphites. What blew us away? What left us questioning the writing? And what are we dying to see in episode 6? We've got takes, theories, and reactions coming your way. So buckle up, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get into the breakdown of one of the most intense episodes yet. Yeah.
Okay. I did not hate this episode. I kept saying that repeatedly. I didn't hate it. I absolutely didn't hate it. It came in grim. It came in really grim. I don't hate grim. I don't hate grim.
Okay.
And so how it started off for me made me feel like, okay, I don't think I'm going to fall asleep on this episode because I want to know what is about to happen. Okay. So I did appreciate the opening scene because you're in the beginning, you're thinking, okay, somebody's about to get executed, which is, I was certain that the officer was about to get killed because she did something quote unquote wrong. But as the conversation unfolded, I was like, okay, I'm glad they didn't kill her.
Well, since you talk about that, in your opinion, what were some of the strongest moments in this particular episode?
For me, the opening scene was strong because you open up finding that someone has basically had to sacrifice their own child because of the nature of what happened with the cordyceps being in the air. So that was a really strong piece for me. Seeing the Seraphites gut one of the wolves whilst Ellie and Dina and Jesse are in the woods, that was for me. Nora facing off with Ellie was a strong point in the show. And just as a quick aside for me, whereas I enjoyed the piston match between the two of them, I really feel like they wasted her talent. I wanted to see more of her. You know, she played the role well. Let me be very clear. It's just like, dang, she going out like this. I wanted to see more of Nora. I did. And so I was a little disappointed, but the way in which the face-off went was good TV. So those are some of the things.
Yes, it was. I will say this. All right, so I have a few. All right, so it wasn't really a moment. It was basically just a line. He said it's in the air. I was like, what? What'd you say? It's in the what?
Put a bullet in my face right now then, because that's exactly.
A wrap. How do you get away from that? How do you survive? What do you? Okay, all right. And then it was small, it was slight, not major. The reversal of control. So in the last episode, it was basically Dina was in control between the two of them, right? And so now we see basically Ellie is just like, yeah, dog, dude, like if they bite you, you're dead. Sacrifice me, take me, you know. So I was like, okay, so that's kind of not cute, but it's like, come on, let's think about this for a second, which is really Dina's role. So I was just like, all right, I like that. I loved everything about the park scene. Even though I had some problems with it, I loved everything about the park scene because we got to see a little bit about the Seraphites, and they are off the chain. Okay. Yes, I agree with you when it came to Nora and Ellie, but this is one point that I really want to talk about. Ellie knew all along. What are your thoughts about that?
All along, you cut out just a bit, but all along about Joel?
Yes.
I appreciated that because they didn't address it before. And so they just kind of threw that out there. And I thought it was just very, very almost demonic how she looked her right in her face and was like, I don't give up. I already know. And so it's almost like you really don't know all the facts. They were gonna kill me. Talking about a cure that you're not even certain about. And so I appreciated that she literally sat on that information, didn't matter, didn't make her love Joel any less. If anything, probably made her love him even more because I have the potential to save the world and you're not willing to sacrifice me. I'm not your blood child, but you almost love me as much as, if not more, than your own flesh and blood.
I mean, think about it. Like from her perspective, if these are the scales, this is like forever humanity, and this is Ellie. Like he said, give me more Ellie. You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you like that? Is like a parent's love. That's a parent's love. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, that was yeah.
There was some good acting from the young lady. I will say Ellie continuously gets on my nerves. I feel like she does a lot of haphazard, stupid shit, and it vexes my soul. But it's like, okay, it has to play out this way. She's still a kid, and it's just like, you know, you run around here guns ablazing, and so sometimes I forget. But it's like you just sit down for a minute, think things through. Thank God for Dina, because you just do things. You do.
Yeah. What about that moment when she picked up that pipe and started beating Nora with it, like the golf club?
It was pretty much like, this is what you did to my dad, and okay, payback. This is what you watch happen to my father. You were a part of this whole thing, so guess what? I'm coming for her. Where is Abby? Oh, you don't want to tell me? That's fine. You dead anyway, so I'm gonna torture you too. Let's see how you like it. So I'm here for a good revenge plot.
Question. I do have a question. Would you have done that? Would you have said, okay, the love of my life, Dina, just got shot. You know, people are coming to take her away, but I'm going to prioritize revenge over the love of my life.
So personally, it just depends on what version of myself showed up in my head that day. And I mean, I am a walking, talking axiom. I am nice. I am hell. I'm right. I'm a lot of things. So it just depends on how I felt that day, you know. And so she done caught an arrow to the leg, and you just like, all right, let me go ahead and continue down this path. But she's so grief stricken and angry, all wrapped up in one. So she's not thinking clearly. She doesn't care that she's about to be a dad. You know, she's I have to avenge my dad, and that's the whole reason why I'm here.
Okay. Since we're talking shit already, what elements of the show left you wanting more?
Left me wanting more? Freaking Jesse coming in for the save, you know, and Tommy. So I want to see where Tommy is. Is Tommy okay? They sprinkled Joel in at the end, and I'm like, I had just been saying I miss Joel. I miss Joel, so they gave me a little peek of Joel. But going back, Nora, I just wanted more. I wanted more. Simply, I love this actress. And what I want more of is Abby. I need her head on a spike. I need her head on a spike.
Okay. All right.
And the zombie scene, the smart ones, I want to see a little bit more of that. I really do. It's like you guys are always going into the most crappy situations you can find yourselves in and getting by, you know, by the skin of your freaking teeth. I want to see a little bit more of these smart ones.
See how smart they really are.
Exactly.
So for me, Ellie and Dina acting like an old married couple, I was not here for that. I did not like that. I didn't like it at all. I
Wait,
did.
can we just live in that moment for just a second? When you say old married couple, what are they doing? Like, is it, oh, I fixed the lights?
It's just the it
Being
was
a
the
lesbian or stereotypical lesbian anyway. So you handy now. You fixing
no,
lights.
no, it was like one was doing something and it was clear that the other one couldn't do it, and so finally like the second one, meaning Ellie, finally was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna leave you to it. It was just it was cute, but at the same time I was like
Let's just move it
I
along.
just could, yeah. Also, I want to agree with you. The flashback of Joel. First off, that flashback was like 5 seconds long. Like it gave me nothing, gave me absolutely nothing except
Just
a
Joel.
smiling Ellie. What? when I watch the show, I don't want to see a smiling Ellie. I don't want to see a smiling Ellie. I want to see that old long nose with right.
What this is the new song? What the helly? Yeah, that's my new name for her because she do stupid stuff. But I don't blame you. Instead, it
Now,
did nothing for me.
no. Now, even though I said I like the park scene, what I did not like about the park scene was when the Mormon people, the Seraphites, we'll call them the Mormon people, when the Mormon people killed old dude. Now, look, I was just like, okay, he's saying that he's going to give you information. Why not just listen to what he has to say? But they decided they were going to kill him anyway. And then the way in which they killed him, I mean, we knew that was going to happen, but at the same time, to actually see it was like something.
It was very primitive.
Yeah. And so I was just like, what is going on? And is this Old Testament, New Testament? What? What? Like, I'm gonna gut you. Did we read any of that in the Old Testament?
Where did you even get this apparatus that you have used to gut this man? Like y'all out here whistling while you work and killing people and shooting bow and arrows and talking about her life. Who is she? Who is she?
By the way, something else that I did not like. Did you notice, like, all the gunfire, nobody connected anything, but all of a sudden at night with a bow and arrow, they shoot Dina?
It's giving you a Tubi movie in that moment.
Something like that. It's something like that. All right, next question. Let's talk about the opening scene. I know that you really wanted to talk about the opening scene because that's where you led. What did we learn in the opening scene?
So you did the one-liner earlier. It's in the air. And so what we learn is they have been doing their normal details, I guess, if you would, just kind of expecting a few infected. And what they find is in the basement level 2 that the cordyceps are in the air. And so they're questioning, I guess, what is their leading officer about what is happening because at some point, I guess the treaty has been broken between the Seraphites and the wolves. And so they're like, hey, why are you killing your own men? Only to find out, okay, I'm not just sacrificing people. This is a really bad situation down here. It could be terrible for all of us. And so we had to make a decision to seal it off, basically. And ultimately, it cost the sergeant her son. So it just opened up really grim, really dramatic and traumatic. So it is airborne. That is scary. No one wants to hear that.
At all. So, moral question. Is this something that you would have considered?
Locking my own child in?
Mhm. To save the rest of their society.
Oh, well, at that point, your child was already gone. And so it was pointless to, kill everybody else when, it would not have made it an easy decision. I will say that. But at that point, it's no longer your child. Your child is gone. So, you know, I understand the decision. And she's in there chain smoking because clearly her nerves is bad as hell, understandably. But, I understand why she made the decision that she did.
I do as well. I do as well. I always have to ask those types of moral questions because in so many different cases, I'm much too logical. Um, and I just wanted to find out whether or not I was being too logical
Now,
or
now let me be clear. I am a black mom of a future black mom. Would I have, with my dramatic ass, probably threw myself in there too and seal us both in here because I'm dramatic? Yes. But we ain't got to kill everybody.
Speaking of sacrifices, were the sacrifices made in this episode justified? Why or why not?
So going back to the one, obviously the biggest one, definitely justified. As far as sealing everything off. Another sacrifice, the one that you mentioned earlier, Ellie sacrificing going to safety with Dina and Jesse to go on this revenge plot. I don't think that was justified at all. I think that was stupid. Only for you not to get the person that you wanted anyway. So I don't know that was a justifiable sacrifice.
Other than killing Nora, did it help her at all?
No. Like, you still don't know what this girl is. You don't. And so I'm wondering, because the way it closed, do you even get away scot-free after you've killed Nora?
That's where I was going next. That's where I was going next. So because you're in the center, you're in the eye of the storm. They already know that you're there. How the hell do you get away?
Like, and the thing is about what the helly Ellie, you're not a great fighter. She's not cold. And maybe in the game, maybe she raw in the game or something for the video game, but I'm just not seeing now. She okay. She gets by, and I feel like it's serendipitously that she gets by. But she's not cold. She's not.
Speaking of Ellie, let's talk Ellie and Dina and their blossoming relationship. Did they do a good job with it, or was it cringeworthy?
It was cringe for me. I said it last time. I'll say it again, and I'll keep saying it. I am not here for it. I don't want to see these two little girls. Maybe if it was a different show, an after school special or something, then perhaps, because if it was an after school special, they would only go so far with it. For this, they're just so young. It's cringeworthy for me. Mm-hmm. I don't like it.
Mm-hmm. So I mentioned the fact that I didn't like the fact that they were an old married couple. I did like, however, how we got to learn a little bit about Dina's trauma, her past trauma, and her entry into this world, if you will, and how some man, went in and killed her mom and her siblings, and she was the last one alive. And how, for me, what I was thinking, like, the entire time, like, you're following Ellie around, like, because you love her, like, you might die because you love her, but what we learned in this particular episode was that it actually goes a whole lot deeper than that. It's like, yeah, it might be because you love her, you loved Joel, but it's because of the love that you had from your family and watching them die. That is the reason why you want to do this. And that's when I was just like, something about this girl that I like. I really, really like this girl.
Yes, I just really, really hope that what the hell Ellie doesn't get her killed. Seriously, because I like Dina. Dina is logical, as you would say. You know, she has really saved Ellie a bunch of times. You know, just by being the way that she is, and so I appreciate watching her on screen. I'm wondering if she's going to tell Jesse that she knocked up.
That's going to be a conversation. That's going to be a conversation, especially if Ellie is like right there talking about, yeah, I'm the daddy too. Huh? How would you take that?
Again, what the hell, Ellie? You're no one's father. You're not. Like, you don't even know how to just stop. I'm gonna stop myself.
I filled in the blanks
before I get canceled. Because at this point, I honestly just think Dina has a thing for train wrecks. I don't know. Because Dina could do better. If I'm being honest.
Okay.
I'm interested to see how that's gonna play out with Jesse. You got your baby daddy and your baby daddy.
What I'm sensing from him is that he's gonna be like ultra understanding. But what I want to see is I will murk you. That's what I want to see.
I think he got it in him. I think it's in there. It's in there, and it's like I love his dismissive demeanor because Ellie, as badly as she wants to be a dad, she's still a little girl, and so I love how Jesse was like, "Do you really feel like I want to have a conversation with you right now?" Like basically, shut up talking to me.
Put her in her place quick.
Like, okay, you can't do nothing but eat it, And so I feel like he got a little nuck if you buck in him. I feel like it's in there. But I agree with you. I would love to see it come out. And so I'm really wondering how this pregnancy reveal is gonna go. Cheeky little chipmunk.
You would love to see it come out. Yeah.
We're gonna get help one day, just not today.
Let's talk Ellie and Nora. Did it give you all the thrills that you were looking for?
Honestly, it was good. It was good. It's just, again, I was not ready to see her go. But the acting was amazing. The dialogue was really good. And so I did watch it and think like, damn, they about to kill her off already. But just in those few moments, and a couple of scenes, it was great television.
So you know what I really liked? The exchange between the two of them when Ellie had her up on basically had the gun up and she was like thinking about Joel's death, and it was almost as if she was like, oh my God, I can't believe this happened. I was there. I saw it. Da, 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 da. And then she switched. He deserved it. He deserved every second of it. And I was just like, whoa.
Not going to go well for you. The only thing I didn't love is what the hell Ellie in true fashion, true form, and that first encounter, you could have probably ended it right there. You did all of that talking and gave her a time to plan a strategy. She threw a pot over and everything. Like, Ellie, less is more. Less is more.
especially in situations like that. Like if you're gonna kill a killer, if you're gonna shoot in the leg, shoot in the leg. You know what I'm saying? Like do something instead of talking. All that
Because you didn't give
talking.
me information at all. You didn't
No,
get
no.
any information. You still don't know where Abby is, and that is the one you really want.
Mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
now you're putting it to where you're going to have to go back multiple times. Now they know that you're here, or at least somebody's here.
Somebody, yeah.
Right, even if it's not you specifically. So now where you guys have had these strategies that Dina's been working on and everything. Now you're dealing with the Seraphites and the wolves.
Mm-hmm, 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 mm-hmm. Speaking of the Seraphites, who are the Seraphites and what are their values?
I'm still trying to figure them out. I'm still trying to figure out who their goddess is. Like, how did they arrive at this significance? I have so many questions. Like the image that they placed on that wall of her with a very disrespectful message that the wolves put at the bottom. She almost looks like the lady that's one of the wolves. The
Really?
one that you know who I'm talking about? The
No.
one the one who had the conversation with the sergeant in the opening scene. She almost looks like an older version of her to me. But at any rate, I want to know who she is that they're worshiping, how she came to be. Like, I wonder if they're gonna explain that, or has it been explained? Did I miss something? Because I'm like, who are these people, and why are they worshiping her?
They're Mormons.
Stop saying Mormon.
Getting too close to home. No, I'm
And in times of trauma, calamity, chaos, all the things, people need something. And so I'm not surprised that they married some type of religion into it. That doesn't shock me. I just want to know the why behind the what. Like, okay, why are we in the dark ages, so to speak, using bows and arrows and all of these things? Why are we killing people in a primitive way when we do it? The whistling, the different things. And I think it's really cool that they have these know your claps and all these other things that they do. The yin yang twins whispering and all this other stuff. So it's, they have within their own primitive nature some advanced ways of communicating, without
mm,
technology. So I
mm.
appreciate seeing that. But I really want to know who she is. They
Okay.
are worshiping. I want to know. You keep saying they're Mormons. They're Mormons.
Okay, I'll say Quakers. They're Quakers. Quakers. Okay. Who or what do you want to see more of in this show?
Well, they killed her, so I wanted to see more of Nora.
Mm,
I'm
mm,
gonna keep saying it. Um, I do want to see, like I mentioned a little bit earlier, more of the advanced or smart ones, as they call them, and are they gonna become a real threat? Um, Tommy, I want to see how this episode plays out for him. I'm also interested to see, hey, is this realistic? Are we going to be able to keep this airborne virus or bacteria contained? Like, how is this going to play out now? Because nothing
mhm,
good has come from Seattle. It
mm.
has been a hot mess since they got there.
And
And
that's since
so,
Kurt Cobain.
that's what you say since Kurt Cobain. Oh
Mhm.
my God, I had a T-shirt about Kurt Cobain. But seriously, I do want to see how that's gonna play out, since at this point they have this illusion of it being contained.
Mhm,
I
mhm.
don't know that that's gonna last.
Yeah.
And I want to see how Ellie gets herself out of this next situation, out of this current situation, excuse me, that she's in, because we did not see her escape. Um, and I really, really would like to see less of this romance between her and Dina. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. They're babies, and it's just not sexy. It is not sexy at all. But that's my opinion.
Okay. For me, I want to see more character development. And the reason I say that is because they're giving us a lot of characters. But as someone who hasn't played the game, I have absolutely no investment or attachment to the characters that we're seeing in these shows. I mean, they've given us what's your boy's name whose mother killed him? They've given us her. They've given us, what'd you call her? The sergeant, the whatever it was she was, the one who was smoking the cigarettes with her. Isaac, was it? The black guy?
Yes. Oh yeah. And we didn't get to see him at all in this episode.
Right. So they're giving us a lot of characters, but where's the character investment? Like, I'm not like, okay, all right, that's what's up. These things better start coming together. I don't know how many they've got. What, 3 more episodes left? These things they've got to start coming together, and they've got to start coming together quick, fast, and in a hurry. So yeah, character development needed.
Anything else other than the character development?
So far, that's all I've got. Did you have something that you wanted to add?
No. Not particularly. I miss Joel.
What was unbelievable in this particular episode?
I feel like I keep bringing up the same thing, but you know what? I'm not even gonna say it was unbelievable. It was Ellie running off in the other direction instead of going the same. Like, why would you do that? I will say, I don't know about unbelievable, maybe a little shocked whenever Jesse and Tommy showed up. Wasn't really expecting that. And so I was glad because Jesse came through and saved the day. And so again, talking in circles. Cannot believe they killed Nora this early. Didn't like that. I'm gonna keep because it really, I'm just maybe a little crush. I don't know. Just need to see more on screen. But just, there's that. Yeah.
So for me, I agree with you. Jesse showing up when he did, that was a little bit unbelievable, especially when he was just like, I've been tracking you all this time. Bitch, have you been tracking me all this time? Like, I could have heard you. I could have seen you. Like, you just happened to get to the same spot that maybe you heard the gunshots and you started running and all that good stuff. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? But just the fact that in this television show, this man showed up when he did, that was a little bit unbelievable for me. Another thing, I did mention it earlier, the bullets are flying everywhere and ain't nobody getting, like, it was shotguns even. And no pellets hit Ellie at all. It hit everything else but Ellie. And then in the dark, an arrow hits Dina, the pregnant woman.
And it probably should have been Ellie. Maybe you immune to gunshots too?
And by the way, she's like all of 5 feet tall, and then you got big ass Jesse right there, like twice her size, and that's who they hit. Like, nah, dog. Like, nah. That's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Look, I'm wondering, had they well, he did mention the map or whatever, so I wonder how long they've been close.
He said they left the very next night, so they were like 24 hours, and that kind of tracks because they spent overnight. It's, I can see the two of them, like trying to get there a whole lot faster than the two of them trying to get there, because they're trying to catch up to them before they do something they ain't got no business doing. Yeah, exactly.
Something that Ellie wanted to do.
So I can see that. That part was believable for me. All right. Next, What do you expect from the next episode? So we got a little teaser at the very end, the closing scene. So what is it that you expect from the next episode?
So the next episode, I'm wondering if they're gonna actually do something with this scene that she had about Joel. Was this some type of, I don't know, some past experience? Was this a dream? Did somebody knock her out? I want to see where that goes. I'm also interested to see how how or if they're going to get by with not telling people that this is airborne and they're aware of this information, and how the Seraphites and the wolves are going to go to war.
Mm, mm, mm.
How and when? Well, because I guess essentially they're already kind of at war, but I mean to a larger degree. Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
So interested in that, and I'm really hoping they just cut out any and all love making scenes. And I know that the people love Ellie playing the guitar and singing. I know I'm gonna probably be nailed to the cross for this, but I could do without those scenes.
It reminded me of Johnny Cash. You know what I'm saying? In the prison, just playing his guitar.
I'm not gonna lie. I love music, love a guitar as a serenade. That's cool, but maybe I guess they're just sticking to the game, and maybe there's just random parts where she plays the guitar. And I think she's extremely talented, but yeah, I feel like you can take that and maybe move the storyline along a little bit more with something else, because to me it just didn't add value for me. But I also did not play the game.
So for me, what I want to see is I want to see how Joel was able to tell Ellie about his reasoning for killing these people, and did that have a whole lot to do with why she was beefing with him at the beginning of this season? That's what I want to see. I want to see those things connect. I want to see that I want to see it tied. Okay, so boom, got it, understand it, let's move. And I want them to do it quick. I want them to do it quick because there's a lot of pieces that they need to put together. And so far, this is what I'm going to say. This particular season has not, it does not equate to season one. It doesn't. It really doesn't. And so I need them to start wrapping stuff up. And every single episode that we get after this until the season finale has got to be the best episode that I've seen this season. It's got to be on par with episode 2. That's why
I would agree that up to now, season 1 still just so much better. Hopefully they will pick it up a tad. We'll see, but we'll keep watching. We'll definitely keep watching.
So
it's not a Mayfair level letdown though. I'm gonna
no.
Waste my barometer is from Mayfair, and that's in the negative. Well, Mayfair season 1, that's in the negative. To 10.
So how would you rate this particular episode?
How would we rate this episode?
From 1 to 10.
From Mayfair to 10. This episode probably a 6 for me.
A 6. Probably. Okay. I was thinking 5.5. Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was more on the good side than on the bad side. And hey, look, it could be that once this season is over with, I'll go back, I'll look at this particular episode and I'll be like, nah, it gave us some great Easter eggs of things to come, But as of right now, not knowing those things, that's where I am. It's a 5.5. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's it. Any closing thoughts that you had?
Please stop letting these little girls make out in this show. I'm so glad they didn't really do that in this episode. And if you know, you know. So you know what I'm not. And that is a homophobe. It ain't that. It's just I don't really care for it with these young ladies. It's not sexy to me. I don't like it. I don't think it's hot. I just think it's weird. Um, and somebody please tell Ellie she's not gonna be a dad. And please let me be there to witness it. But other than that, look,
Jesse, do you hear? Do you hear, Jesse?
yes. Oh, and please tell Jesse you got a baby on the way.
Okay. Okay.
I need y'all to do that for me, please. But otherwise, looking forward to the next episode. Hopefully, it'll be a little bit better, or little to a lot better than this one. Again, not a horrible episode, just room for improvement.
Yeah. By the way, love the hair. Love the hair.
You froze up a tad.
Oh, I was saying I love the hair. I love your hair.
Oh, thank you.
Until next time, thank you all so very much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Y'all have a great day.